Good morning, family. I need you to lean in for a second because what I'm about to share with you could change the way you see your life. 5 things, just 5 things that most people don't figure out until it's too late. And when I say too late, I mean the kind of regret that keeps you up at night. But here's the good news. You're here right now. You've got time to learn these lessons and live differently. Number 1, time is the most valuable asset. Listen to me. Money, you can lose it and make it back. Opportunities, you can miss them and find new ones. But time, once it's gone, it's gone. And too many people spend their best years chasing things that don't matter. Scrolling, complaining, procrastinating, like they've got forever. Newsflash, you don't. Time is your most precious resource, and every second you waste is a second you'll never get back. Stop waiting for the perfect moment to live your dreams or spend time with the people you love. The perfect moment is now. Time is the most valuable asset. Time is the one resource you can never get back once it's gone. You can lose money and earn it again, miss opportunities and create new ones, but time is finite. Every second that passes is a second you will never see again, and yet too many people live as if they have an unlimited supply. They put off dreams, delay important conversations, and procrastinate on the things that matter most, thinking they'll always have more time. But let me tell you something. Time doesn't wait for anyone. It moves relentlessly forward, whether you use it wisely or squander it. Think about how much time we waste on distractions, excuses, and worrying about things we can't control. Hours turn into days, days into years, and before you know it, you're looking back wondering where it all went. And here's the hard truth. You don't get a do-over. Time doesn't offer refunds. Every moment you spend scrolling mindlessly through social media, dwelling on past mistakes, or waiting for the right time, is a moment you could have spent building your dreams, connecting with loved ones, or growing into the person you were meant to be. When you realize that time is your most valuable asset, it changes the way you live. You start to see that every second is a gift, an opportunity to move closer to your goals, to make an impact, or to simply be present in the moment. The people who achieve greatness aren't the ones who had the most talent or resources. They're the ones who understood the value of time and refused to waste it. They showed up every day, made the most of every opportunity, and treated time like the treasure it is. Let me tell you this, the most painful regrets people carry aren't about what they did, it's about what they didn't do. The risks they didn't take, the dreams they didn't chase, the relationships they didn't nurture. They realized too late that time was always their most valuable asset, but they spent it like it was limitless. Don't let that be your story. Treat your time like gold, because once it's gone, all you left with are the memories of how you used it, or the regrets of how you didn't. Number 2, health is wealth. Number 3, discipline. I need you to hear this. Your body is the vehicle that carries you through life. If you don't take care of it, it's going to break down. Simple as that. People grind so hard for success, sacrificing sleep, eating junk, ignoring their mental health, and then they wonder why they're too tired to enjoy the fruits of their labor. Your health isn't a side hustle. It's the foundation of everything you want to do and be. Start today. Take care of your body, your mind, and your soul. Health is wealth. Your health is the foundation of everything you do in life. Yet, it is often the first thing people neglect. Early in life, when energy seems limitless and the body feels invincible, it's easy to take health for granted. People sacrifice sleep to chase deadlines, choose convenience over nutrition, and ignore the warning signs of stress and exhaustion, thinking they'll deal with it later. But here's the harsh reality. Neglecting your physical, mental, and emotional health early on sets the stage for regret later in life. When the effects of that neglect become impossible to ignore, physical health is often the most visible aspect of well-being, but it's also the most overlooked. Poor dietary choices, a sedentary lifestyle, and neglecting regular exercise may not show immediate consequences, but over time they take a toll. Chronic illnesses, diminished energy, and a reduced quality of life are the results of years of pushing the body beyond its limits without care or attention. When health begins to decline, people often wish they had made different choices. Eaten better, moved more, prioritized rest, but by then, they're left managing conditions that could have been prevented. Mental health, though less visible, is equally critical. Ignoring stress, overworking, and bottling up emotions create a buildup of mental strain that doesn't just disappear. Anxiety, depression, and burnout don't develop overnight. They are the cumulative effects of consistently sidelining self-care. The mind, like the body, requires nurturing and rest, but many people don't realize this until they're deep in a mental health crisis. The regret of not seeking help sooner or not taking time to recharge can weigh heavily on those who find themselves struggling to cope later in life. Emotional health, too, plays a vital role in overall well-being. Holding on to resentment, suppressing feelings, or neglecting emotional connections creates a void that can't be filled with external success. Emotional wounds, if left unhealed, manifest as strained relationships, loneliness, and a persistent sense of dissatisfaction. And again, it's the success of your relationships and the emotional health. People often regret not addressing these issues earlier, realizing too late that emotional health is the key to truly enjoying life and building meaningful connections with others. Today's motivation is for you. Fit in. The regrets of neglecting health aren't just about lost opportunities. They're about the things people can no longer do because their bodies or minds won't allow it. It's the realization that poor health limits freedom, independence, and the ability to live fully. It's the frustration of wanting to travel, play with grandchildren, or simply enjoy life's moments, but being unable to because of choices made years ago. Normalizes. When people say health is wealth, it's not talking about luxury. It's talking about freedom. The freedom to live without pain, to pursue dreams without physical or mental barriers, and to wake up every day with the energy and capacity to make the most of life. Investing in your health early isn't just a choice. It's the most important investment you'll ever make. Because when health is lost, All the money, success, and accomplishments in the world can't buy it back. Number 3, relationships over success. Let me tell you something. No trophy, no bank account, no corner office is going to hold your hand when life gets tough. People matter. The ones who love you, who believe in you, who challenge you to be better, those relationships are your real wealth. But too often people prioritize work over family, pride over forgiveness, or ego over connection. Don't wait until you've lost someone to realize what they meant to you. Success means nothing if you got no one to share it with. Relationships over success. At the end of the day, it's not the awards, the accolades, or the zeros in your bank account that will give your life meaning. It's the relationships you've built along the way. Too often, people become so consumed with the pursuit of success, chasing career milestones, climbing ladders, and securing financial stability, that they neglect the one thing that truly matters: meaningful connections with others. It's only later, when the celebrations are over and the applause is faded, that they realize success feels hollow without someone to share it with. Meaningful connections are the foundation of a fulfilling life. They provide support in times of struggle, joy in moments of triumph, and comfort during life's inevitable hardships. No material achievement can replace the feeling of knowing that someone genuinely cares about you, that there are people in your life who see you for who you are and love you regardless of your flaws. Yet in the relentless pursuit of ambition, people often sacrifice time with family, drift apart from friends, and allow important relationships to wither. The cost of neglecting relationships for success is one of the greatest regrets people face later in life. They look back and realize they missed out on time they can never get back, missed birthdays, skipped family dinners, and unspoken words. No promotion, no deal, no award can compensate for the memories that were never made. They see the distance that has grown between them and the people they care about and feel the ache of opportunities lost. Not opportunities for wealth or status, but opportunities to love, to connect, to be present. Success can often breed isolation if relationships aren't prioritized. The long hours, the travel, the endless grind, it can all create a wall between you and the people who matter most. And here's the truth. When the work is done and the titles are left behind, those walls don't fall on their own. Building meaningful relationships requires time, effort, and intentionality. It's about showing up, being present, and valuing people, not for what they can do for you, but for who they are. True success isn't measured by how much you achieve, but by how much you impact others. It's about the lives you touch, the love you give, and the legacy you leave behind through your connections with others. Your relationships are the real markers of a life well lived. They are what give your success purpose and context, turning personal victories into shared joys. At the end of life, no one wishes they had spent more time in the office or closed one more deal. What they long for are the moments that truly matter, the laughter of loved ones, the comfort of a friend's presence, the warmth of a partner's embrace. Don't let the pursuit of material achievements blind you to the people who are walking the journey with you. Prioritize your relationships now, not later, because the people in your life are not waiting for your success. They're waiting for you. The truth is, success and relationships don't have to be in opposition, but when forced to choose, the choice is clear. Relationships matter more. They are the treasures that give life depth, the anchors that keep us grounded, and the mirrors that reflect our truest selves. In the grand scheme of life, it's not the trophies or the titles that define you. It's the love you've given, the friendships you've nurtured, and the connections you've made that will stand the test of time. Number 4, failure is a teacher. So many people are paralyzed by the fear of failing, and that fear keeps them stuck in mediocrity. Let me tell you something. Failure isn't the enemy, it's the coach. Every mistake, every setback, every no is teaching you, shaping you, preparing you for what's next. But you've got to listen to the lesson. Stop running from failure and start running through it. On the other side of every failure is growth, if you're willing to learn. Failure is one of the most misunderstood experiences in life. Too often, it is seen as something to be avoided at all costs, a sign of weakness or proof that you weren't good enough. This fear of failure becomes a barrier, keeping people stuck in their comfort zones and preventing them from pursuing their dreams or taking risks. But here's the truth. Failure isn't the enemy. Failure is a teacher, and some of life's most powerful lessons come wrapped in its uncomfortable embrace. When you fear failure, you rob yourself of the chance to grow. Growth doesn't happen in places of certainty or safety. It happens when you step into the unknown, take risks, and sometimes fall short. Every failure you experience is a stepping stone, a lesson in what doesn't work, and a guide toward what might. It is through failure that you learn resilience, adaptability, and perseverance, qualities that are essential for long-term success. Yet, so many people let the fear of failing paralyze them, keeping them from ever discovering their true potential. Failure forces you to confront your limitations, and in doing so, teaches you how to overcome them. It pushes you to dig deeper, think creatively, and find solutions you never would have considered otherwise. The discomfort of failure sharpens your focus, strengthens your resolve, and prepares you for the challenges ahead. Each setback becomes a foundation upon which you can build a stronger version of yourself. But only if you're willing to embrace failure instead of running from it. Some of the most successful people in history achieved greatness not in spite of their failures, but because of them. They understood that failure was not the end of the road, but a detour, a necessary part of the journey towards success. For them, every stumble was an opportunity to learn, refine their approach, and come back stronger. They didn't let the fear of falling stop them from moving forward, and neither should you. The path to success is rarely a straight line, and failure is what equips you with the tools to navigate the twists and turns. Failure also teaches humility, reminding you that no one is infallible. It brings a deeper understanding of yourself and others, cultivating empathy and the ability to connect with people on a more human level. It shows you that perfection isn't the goal. Progress is, and progress requires you to take risks, to try new things, and to accept that not everything will go as planned. Each failure, no matter how painful in the moment, carries with it the seeds of growth and the promise of transformation. Avoiding failure doesn't lead to success. It leads to stagnation. When you play it safe and refuse to take risk, You may avoid the pain of falling short, but you also miss out on the rewards of learning, growing, and ultimately succeeding. Failure is not a sign that you've reached your limits. It's proof that you're pushing past them. It's an essential part of any meaningful journey, a reminder that the process of striving, falling, and rising again is what makes success worthwhile. The lessons of failure are not just about achieving external goals. They're about shaping who you are. They teach you to be resilient in the face of adversity, courageous in the face of uncertainty, and persistent in the face of challenges. Failure teaches you to value effort over outcome and to appreciate the growth that comes from struggle. It shows you that success is not about never falling, it's about rising every time you do. Embrace failure as the teacher it is. Let it guide you, shape you, and strengthen you. Understand that every failure is a chapter in your story, not the end of it. Fear of failure may hold you back, but learning from failure will propel you forward. In the end, it's not about avoiding failure. It's about what you do with it that defines your success. The 5, happiness is an inside job. Too many people spend their lives chasing happiness in all the wrong places, in the paycheck, the status, the validation of others. Let me tell you right now, if you're not happy with who you are, no amount of success will fix that. True happiness comes from purpose, from knowing your why, from living a life that's aligned with your values. It's not about what you have, it's about who you are. Stop looking out there and start looking in here. True happiness is not something you find in the world around you. It is something you cultivate within yourself. Yet so many people spend their lives chasing happiness in all the wrong places. They believe it lies in the next promotion, the next relationship, the next big purchase, or the next milestone. They think that if they can just achieve more, earn more, or have more, they will finally feel fulfilled. But the truth is, happiness that depends on external validation or material possessions is fleeting. It's like chasing a shadow. Just when you think you've caught it, it slips away. External things can bring moments of joy, yes. That new car, that big house, that recognition at work, they all feel good in the moment. But those moments don't last because they are not rooted in something deeper. They are like fireworks, bright and beautiful for a moment, but quickly fading into the night sky. Relying on them to sustain your happiness is like trying to fill a bottomless cup. No matter how much you pour in, it's never enough. The emptiness remains. Because true happiness doesn't come from what's outside of you, it comes from what's inside. Happiness that lasts is built on a foundation of self-awareness, self-acceptance, and purpose. It comes from knowing who you are, embracing your unique journey, and finding meaning in the life you live. When you understand that your worth isn't tied to your achievements or possessions, you free yourself from the endless cycle of comparison and competition. You stop measuring your happiness against someone else's and start creating it for yourself. This kind of happiness doesn't waver when life gets tough because it's rooted in something no one and nothing can take away. The pursuit of external validation often leads people to lose sight of what truly matters. They become so focused on impressing others, meeting societal expectations, or chasing an image of success that they forget to ask themselves what actually brings them joy. They spend years climbing ladders only to realize the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. They accumulate possessions and accolades, but feel a growing emptiness because they've neglected the most important relationship they'll ever have, the one with themselves. True fulfillment comes from aligning your life with your values, passions, and purpose. It's about doing what lights you up, regardless of whether anyone else approves. It's about cultivating gratitude for the simple things, a sunrise, a kind word, a moment of peace. It's about being present in your life, not just rushing through it. And most importantly, it's about recognizing that your happiness is your responsibility. No one else can give it to you, and no one else can take it away. Hey. When you stop looking outward for happiness, you begin to realize the abundance that already exists within you. You see that happiness isn't about having everything. It's about appreciating what you have. It's not about avoiding challenges, but finding strength and growth in overcoming them. It's not about being perfect, but embracing your imperfections as part of what makes you human. This kind of happiness isn't flashy or loud. It's quiet, steady, and unshakable. The irony is that when you stop chasing happiness in external things, those things lose their hold over you. You no longer feel the need to prove yourself or keep up with others because you found something far more valuable, contentment. And when you operate from a place of inner happiness, you attract more joy, more love, and more abundance into your life. Not because you need it, but because you're already whole without it. Happiness is not a destination, it's a way of being. It's a daily choice to focus on what matters, to be kind to yourself and to live authentically. It's about finding peace within no matter what storms rage around you. Remember, true happiness doesn't come from what you have or who applauds you. It comes from knowing deep in your soul that you are enough just as you are. That is the kind of happiness no one can take from you. Family, these 5 lessons aren't just words. They're a wake-up call. Time, health, relationships, failure, happiness. These are the things that define a life well lived. Don't wait until it's too late to learn them. Start today. Live with intention. Choose growth. And when you look back on your life, you'll know you didn't just exist. You lived. Through that, you